You're afraid that if you let yourself be happy, people will think that you never really love them. And you're holding back joy because it feels like betrayal. Hi, beautiful souls. I'm Shuranda, and I'm here to tell you why that is one big lie and how grief and joy can coexist. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a stage of grief and all of a sudden you just started laughing, like really, really laughing? And then the thought comes to you that maybe I should not be laughing this hard, or this is way too soon. And then all of a sudden you feel guilty, like you should not be having this moment and not be enjoying yourself. How dare I be this happy right now? How dare I laugh this hard right now? Or maybe you've actually intentionally held yourself from happiness because it feels like betrayal. Because it feels like if I laugh this loud, if I enjoy the season of my life, this means that I never really loved this person. I never really loved them. What if I told you that grief is actually love? Grief is love that is looking for someplace to go and does not know where to go. While grief is not just related to a person, it can be a season in your life, it can be a thing, it can be a pet, it can be so many different things. But for the sake of this episode, let's look at grief as a loved one, someone that's no longer there. If you never loved that person, you would not be grieving them. The fact that you are grieving them, the fact that you are in this season in life or have experienced that season of life meant that you loved them. So many things has happening in the world today. You can go on social media and so many traumatic events are happening. People are dying. Maybe someone died from cancer, unfortunately. Maybe there was a big accident. Maybe there's a plane crash. And you get emotions as you watch those videos. And maybe you even cry. But your attachment to the distant person is not the same as your attachment to the one that you once loved or probably still love. And that grief is proof. That longing, that aching in your heart is proof that you love them. I want you to know that that guilt that you're feeling is not uncommon, but is actually also unnecessary. You're carrying a burden that you were not meant to carry, because grief and love can definitely coexist. They're not opposites. Grief is just love that is looking for someplace to go. Here's the flip side of that coin. While grief shows love for the person that's no longer here, healing is showing love for yourself. And healing does not mean betrayal. Healing does not mean that you're going to forget about that person. Healing does not mean that you never loved that person. Healing is allowing yourself space to create new memories alongside the memories that exist with this loved one in your heart and your mind. Healing is acknowledging the feelings that you have, acknowledging that it hurts, acknowledging that you miss them, but still allowing yourself to enjoy what it is that you still have around you. Healing does not mean you will never cry again. Healing does not mean when birthdays come around and special dates or the special Sunday afternoon that you always spend together come around. Healing does not mean that you won't miss them on those days. Healing is not betrayal. It's honoring the love that you have for yourself along with the love that that person would have had for you. Let's paint a scenario, and for the sake of this episode, we are gonna assume that what the grief we're talking about is a loved one. If this is someone that you truly love, I want to believe that this is someone that also truly loved you. Think about a time when they were around and you were going through maybe a sickness or an illness or just not feeling well or some traumatic event. Would this person have intentionally done things to make you feel worse or to keep you in that state? Or is this a person that would have tried to cheer you up, wanting to see you happy, wanting to see you get out of that rut and move on? Get out of that rut and smile again. Get out of that rut and laugh. I know it may be hard to accept because there's that fight with this guilt that they're no longer here. I cannot smile, I cannot laugh, but would they actually want you to be in that situation? Now, I will say that There are different situations. Everything is not apples to apples. You may actually be grieving somebody that was not great for you or that was not good to you because maybe you're grieving the life that you wanted to have with them. But for the sake of this episode, we'll just keep it at this person that actually loved you back. How would they want you to feel? Would they want you to enjoy your life? Would they want you to smile? Think about that. Listen, there's going to be days where you don't want to smile at all. There's going to be days where you don't want to laugh at all. And that's okay. You have permission to feel the way you feel. Your feelings are valid. Your feelings are very valid. But if you feel that joy bubbling up, maybe you see something funny. Maybe you have a funny memory about this person. Maybe there's just some funny video you saw online. Maybe you went to a movie, whatever it may be. If you feel that joy bubbling up, let it out. Laugh. Enjoy that moment. And don't feel guilty for it. When I was going through a very, very deep period of grief 2 years ago, I'd lost my 6-year-old daughter. And I mean, you can imagine it was a very traumatic event and there was a lot of feelings and feels and all kind of things happening. But one thing my mentor had said to me was, as time goes on, the tears will decrease and the laughter will increase, and that's okay. He didn't say when, how many days, he didn't say how many months, how many weeks, he didn't put a timeline on it. But I then knew that it was okay. It was okay to laugh and smile and enjoy people, even though I was grieving because of that. And grief has no timeline. We'll talk about that in another episode, but grief has no timeline. But laughing and having joy doesn't mean that you've moved on too fast. Doesn't mean that you forget about that person. It doesn't mean that you never loved them. I'm saying it a lot because I really want it to soak in. I want you to understand that it doesn't mean any of this. It just means that you're alive. It means that life is still happening and you're still here. And it means that you're allowing yourself to use all the grace that you have for this season. You know, I want to believe that you're a wonderful person and that this person was not only good to you, but you were also good to them. So while they poured into your life, I'm sure there were so many things that you poured into their life, so many wonderful things about you that they would have enjoyed and they would have loved. I also want to believe that if you allow them not being here, them not being around anymore, to just cause you to fold up and be in a bubble and the world won't get to see any of you, I believe that's a little unfair because I'm sure the world wants to see what you have to offer. I'm sure there are other people around that would love to experience the you that this loved person, this loved one would have experienced being with you. And I don't know, I feel like that's a little unfair if we don't get to see the beautiful person you are, if we don't get to see your dreams come true, if we don't get to see the passion you have, the creativity you have, just because you have the wrong perception of grieving. Healing allows you to feel what you feel, but also still live. There are going to be moments when you actually absolutely miss your person and you can't think about anything else and you just don't want to do anything. But don't let those moments stop you from enjoying other moments. Don't let those moments stop you from being you. Don't allow those moments to cause you to never want to live again and never feel love again and never enjoy life again. That is not honoring their memory. That is imprisoning yourself. And if they really loved you, like I said before, they want you free. They want you happy and they want to see you being fulfilled and enjoying life. So here's what I want you to take away from today. Grief and joy are not opposites. They go hand in hand. They coexist. They're both expressions of a heart that has loved and is loving. If you're ready to stop feeling guilty for those moments of happiness, if you are ready to heal, if you're ready to take back your life, if you're ready to laugh again, if you're ready to smile again, but you just don't know how. Maybe what I'm saying makes sense, but it doesn't actually make sense, but it makes sense a little bit, but you just want a little bit more clarity. Feel free to actually book a 30-minute consultation with me, or I invite you to book the full 60-minute grace session where we dive deep and untangle the webs that are happening in your life and how you can smile again, hope again, and actually embrace life even more than you have before, of how you can use this season of grief to push you into your purpose and to give life itself a whole new meaning without thinking that you're forgetting your loved one, without thinking that you're moving too fast, and without thinking that you're betraying them. Remember, you are graced for this journey. The tears, the laughter, the grief, the happiness, the joy, all of it, all of it. You have what it takes to go through it. And I promise you, on the other side of your healing is a beautiful you with a beautiful purpose. If this resonated with you, be sure to share this with somebody that may be going through something and they just need a little bit of help to get out of that rut. Until next time, be gracious with yourself, be gentle with yourself, and give yourself enough grace that you need to get through this period. Your feelings are valid, but you deserve to be happy and you deserve to have joy. Love you. Until next time.